The Propcast on the Sports Game Podcast Network is brought to you by Nick Fantasy. They're coming to customers. Play just $5, $75 bonus funds when you sign up with the promo code SGPN. And welcome everyone to the Propcast here on the Sports Game Podcast Network. Currently Thursday night, January 1st of 2026. Happy late New Year. It is currently around 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm Reichel, once again joined by Adam Rosenberg. Together we're going to break down our props for the final regular season week of the NFL season. Yes, I know a decent amount of teams don't actually care, but there are props, there are games. We're going to talk about it. I know, of course, we're recording in the middle of the college football playoff, but almost every game has been terrible, and Bama's getting curb stomped. So we thought, why not? So, Adam, how's it going with you? What's up?
It's going pretty well. I'm just checking to see if I got a little bit more than just vibes on one of the plays I'm going to give out. I kind of do, so we'll see. But yeah, it's good. Mostly tomorrow is going to be fading all these people that say, oh, so-and-so has to hit their incentives. Like, that's very well baked into every single line. So do not use that as a cap.
Yeah, pretty much. But I see Fly mentioning the Hopkins pick didn't work out last week. It was the only loss that I had, but yeah, it ended up steaming upward and he had no catches. So that's how that went. But I know we did an episode for Monday Night Football.
We got smoked on Monday Night
Football. Redacted. We are
it's redacted. Though I hit the Atlanta defensive TD that Kramer and I had been chasing all year.
Correct, but that was not mentioned on the show, so that the entire episode has been redacted. You cannot find it. It is gone. Just kidding. But it was not good. Not a good episode for us on Monday Night Football, but it was a fun game in the end, so at least there was that. But either way, it didn't work out, and we'll look to bounce back here for Week 18. A reminder, there are no Monday night games, so there will be no Monday Night Football episode for Week 18. Also, no Thursday Night Football episode, because there is no Thursday night game. So once again, the only episode here for Week 18. Before we get into any of our actual props, though, for the card, a reminder, you can find access to all of our free picks and podcasts in one easy location. Check out the SGPN app, free to download in the App Store. Once again, just type in SGPN to get access to all of our free picks and podcasts in the SGPN app. So moving on to the final week of regular season action in the NFL. Adam, what's going to be your first player prop for Week 18?
All right, I'm going to go with a guy who is the presumptive MVP. Be careful because stuff happens and can't cap MVP. You can't cap award voting.
For the record, the Rams did announce that Stafford will be playing in the final game.
Which is
I agree with it because McVay said we've been playing like garbage and we got to play better. You know what? I respect it. So fair enough. We'll see what happens. You're against Arizona. I expect him to play for a half.
Yeah.
And we'll probably go from there. But Stafford is suiting up technically for at least the start of the game.
Well, Drake May is also suiting up for his game as well. And that's
for seeding purposes. The Rams have nothing to play for.
Yeah. So it is for seeding purposes, but I'm going to take his under. I'm going to take his under passing. It's 246.5. He does lead the league in passing yards. He is right now the favorite for MVP. But he's under this in both games against Miami. Pats are still pretty banged up, and I think that if Pats do get into some control here, they're going to pull him for Josh Dobbs. They did that as early in the Jets game as the third quarter. They were up by a ton. Obviously, for them to get up by a ton, this happens, but I do think that the leash will be 3 touchdowns if they can get that doing it. But there's a lot of ways that they can beat Miami. I just don't see them risking a lot of it for this, just for May, given this turnaround for this team. So under 246 passing for Drake May, give it to me.
Yeah. Once again, I was just throwing in the fact that Stafford's playing just to kind of throw in the fact that May might end up playing a little bit as well. They clinched the division last week, so that's not an issue anymore. I mean, you're looking at the actual AFC, and Jacksonville's the only team. Can Jacksonville actually pass them, or are they automatically?
Jacksonville can. Patriots own 0 tiebreakers against any of these teams because of strength of schedule. They can. So Jacksonville has a real reason to do it. It's not as likely, but for me, this is a gargantuan number in Week 18, and I just think that there's a lot of reasons. There's a lot more ways that this doesn't hit than it does.
Well, there's also an interesting time dynamic with this game because the Jaguars play at 1 and the Patriots play at 4:30. So in theory, not saying it's going to happen, but in theory, if the Jaguars end up losing to the Titans, once again, probably not going to happen. If it does, then you might see May play a quarter because the game doesn't matter at all. So we'll see what happens. But I do find it interesting, though, that those games were not scheduled for the same time. And that is kind of weird. But either way, I think May and the Patriots are going to win anyway. We'll go up early, coast, bench everybody, call it a day. So there you go. A couple ways you can get there, but I do like the play. For my first play, I'm going to go with a game that actually matters, a game between the Niners and the Seahawks. Give me Brock Purdy, longest rush over 8.5 yards at -110. If you can only get the rushing yards at 15.5, I didn't mind that, but I like that rush anyway. He's gone over this number in 6 of his first 8 games this season. You're looking at his numbers against Seattle. They've been quite good on the ground. He's gone over this number in 3 straight against Seattle. And the Seahawks have not been great against opposing quarterbacks when it comes to running the ball, as the Seahawks are allowing the 15th most rushing yards per game to opposing quarterbacks. So not terrible, not great, somewhere in the middle. But Purdy's been good at finding scrambling room, tends to get 1 scramble for a first down per game. It kind of feels that way. I think 8.5 is too low, and he has gone over this number in 3 straight. Give me Purdy longest rush over 8.5 at -130.
Yep. No, I like Purdy's been great. You want to talk about like Purdy's been great the last few weeks. So yeah, I'm into this. My second play is actually a Purdy play as well. I like Purdy over his passing yards.
He's been really, really good.
He's been really good. I like Purdy over 243 passing yards, over in 3 of 4 against Seattle. He's averaging 300 in his last 3 games. And in any QB who actually throws has crushed actually against Seattle. So like Brissett, crushed. Lawrence, crushed. Stafford threw for 400. If you go to, and let me just pull it up, Purdy. So the guys who haven't, obviously Bryce Young had 54, not the same league. Phillip Rivers, a zombie. Kirk Cousins, old. Mad Max Brosmer, also didn't do much. But the guys who've been slinging it all year, the guys who've consistently been slinging it all year, like Cam Ward's been slinging it all year, threw for 256. Like Jacoby Brissett has been slinging it all year, threw for 258.
Well, we've brought this up for a while. Seattle's so good against the run, it kind of forces teams to throw
the pass
against
funnel.
them.
Yeah. So I think we took. Well, this is why we took the under against them last week. Well, we took Bryce Young because we just think he stinks. But
yeah, we think Young's just not very good.
We just think he's not very good. But this number is just way too low in what should have a playoff game type of feel.
And with this form, he's balling out.
He's balling out. Yeah, this is just way too low to me.
Yeah. Once again, I think Purdy's gonna have a good game in general. You think the Niners win?
I do.
Okay. So you think they get the 1 seed?
I do.
Okay. There we go.
I don't think, but I don't think they come out of the NFC.
We can cover that when we get into some other stuff. We still have to figure out what our game plan is, by the way, for the playoffs, because of course we're going to have an episode like for each round and all. We probably will do kind of like what we did for baseball, some type of futures episode. I think
let's do that. We'll do that next Friday because I'm going to do my Thursday one on Dad's Bet Baseball where we'll do it all, and so I'll have it fresh so we can do Friday, and we'll have all the lines by then because Saturday, Sunday, Monday we'll have Saturday, Sunday, Monday are the games.
The point is we're going to be doing a futures episode too, so keep an eye out for that. But we can save who we're picking to come out of each actual conference for that episode. Plus, I'm also waiting for the seeding to be finalized because I think that both conferences can be an extreme circus. So we'll see what happens. But either way. Yeah. We'll cover that in the next episode for future stuff. But I think Purdy is a solid matchup, and you mentioned Seattle being a pass funnel, so I can get behind that too. Before we get into my, once again, second prop for the show, a reminder, they're brought to you by Kalshi. If you want to check out prediction markets for sports, a bunch of other industries available in all 50 states, check out Kalshi. Trade markets in sports like the NFL, college football, college basketball, NBA, NHL, and more. Plus, you can also trade props like first touchdowns. Besides sports, they have a ton of markets, including entertainment, even weather, politics, stuff like that. But a reminder, if you're new to Kalshi, capitalize on a good deal with us. Get $20 when you sign up with the code SGPN. That's Kalshi, Kalshi, promo code SGPN for a free $20 at sign up. We're also brought to you by Underdog Fantasy, home for pick'em entries. You can win up to 5,000 times your entry. They also be covered for the holiday season with Underdog unwrap a ton of promos all throughout the holidays. So once again, you might get yourself a nice profit boost. A lot of options there, but check out Underdog for the special holiday promos. And a reminder that if you are new to Underdog, get a nice sign-up deal. for new customers. Play just $5, $75 bonus funds when you sign up with the promo code SGPN. Welcome back, everyone, to the Propcast. Finished going through the first couple props that we have for Week 18. Time to move on into my second prop. So for my second one, I'm going to another meaningful game, this time between the two teams that really have no business making the playoffs. But you know what? They're in the same division, so one of them's got to get in. Buccaneers, Panthers, give me Baker Mayfield interception at -125. That was on Novik. So Mayfield has been quite turnover-prone lately. He's thrown at least one pick in 6 of his last 7 games. It's coincided with the Buccaneers imploding, but Mayfield keeps turning it over, and I do think this price is too cheap. The Panthers have been really good at forcing picks. They have forced 7 interceptions in their last 5 games. They had a pick against Mayfield a couple weeks ago, but I do think that this price is pretty cheap. We know Mayfield has been injured for the last month or so. He looks horrible, but he has to keep playing, and he keeps throwing picks. Carolina's been opportunistic. They've been good at forcing turnovers, and Mayfield's thrown a ton of them. Give me Mayfield interception at -125 as my second prop for the show. Thoughts on the Mayfield pick?
He's terrible right now.
It's been a mess. We know where this is going. Where win or lose, off season comes, they get eliminated, and you hear, oh, Mayfield had a procedure done, and you're like, yeah, that sounds about right. He's been terrible for a month and a half. So
we saw it in that game. He had the AC joint injury in that game where they put in what's his name, the Geico commercials.
That was the Falcons game. He was it Trask? Trask come in?
No. Trask isn't on the team anymore. What's his Teddy Bridgewater? Teddy Bridgewater
sorry.
Came in against the Rams and looked like he had no idea that he wanted to be there.
Didn't they sub out Mayfield for the Hail Mary because he couldn't actually throw the ball, or he tried the Hail Mary and he finished 30 yards short?
He didn't play from the second quarter on.
But the point is, he did attempt the Hail Mary. It finished 30 yards short, and they pulled him because they know he's clearly hurt. That's what I remember.
They didn't do that for the end of that. They just let him kneel it.
That was around. No, that was halftime.
Well, he played. He was pulled in the second quarter, and Teddy Bridgewater did. Is what I'm saying.
Trying to remember exact. That might have been a different game. Point is, maybe it been banged up for a month and a half.
Yeah. The point is that something clearly happened. Then you could look at his longest completions, and it plummets. I think he's hurt. You and I obviously have Panthers 18-1. That's our big one. But there's been other ways that it gets there. I think it gets there in a different way. I don't think they win this game, and then I think Atlanta wins.
We'll see if Atlanta sabotages it.
I think Atlanta's going to sabotage. We'll see. So
either way, Mayfield's basically dead. Bunch of interceptions, and Carolina's secondary has been really good. So good enough for me. -125. I saw DraftKings at 140, but Novik.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Where'd you get the -125?
Novik at 125. I saw Hard Rock at 115, but I chose not to include it because I know most people can't access.
It's
Hard
also
Rock,
stupid. It's a stupid book.
So I skipped it. So point is Novik at 125.
If people who tout Hard Rock lines are morons.
I'll tout Novik though because they sponsor the damn show. So
they're also great. Yeah, -125. They're -136 on one that used to sponsor us that we're not going to name.
Yeah,
but I think it's fun. I think it's great.
There you go. Moving on to your final play. What do you like?
Final one for me. We're going with Lamar rushing over 20.5. I like it up to 25.5. Over in 5. He's back in a winner-take-all game between two teams that are not good. Over in 5 of 6 versus Pittsburgh. It's well been documented how well he's been good against this team. Last 3 games when he's had also 2 weeks rest or a bye, whatever you want to call it, 120 yards rushing, 70 yards rushing, and 65 yards rushing. So
yeah, that's solid.
We're gonna take him for that Sunday night. Ball in his hands. I found a rogue 20.5 on any combi. Bet Rivers books, but you can find it everywhere else. I believe it's 24.5, 25.5. I like it up to 28. So I think he does run this. I think he will break his body to do it, especially because it's national television. He's got to do it, and he's been really good against Pittsburgh in the sense. So Pittsburgh's also, I believe, 4th. Let me check it. I checked the stats on designed run attempts. So 5th worst. Design runs, they give up the 5th most yards to quarterbacks who do design runs in the league since week 11. So that's recent too.
Yeah.
And with TJ Watt having a collapsed lung, that's whatever.
Also with Henry, 1 read option. We'll see if they collapse and maybe Lamar breaks one. I mean, there's a couple.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways to get there. So anyway, Lamar over rushing. We're gonna go with.
Yeah, cool. Moving on to my final play, I'm going to stay with the quarterbacks. This time, though, a team that does not have anything to play for, but for some reason might be keeping their head coach. I don't know why. I think Gannon's atrocious, but the Cardinals might be running it back, so whatever. I guess they don't want to be relevant. But either way, give me Jacoby Brissett, who's also in the backup quarterback commercials, who's been quite good stats-wise this season. They haven't won a single game that he started this season, besides the Cowboys game was the only game that they won, I think.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, I think that's the only game they've won with him at starting quarterback. But either way, his passing touchdowns have been good so far this season. I'll take the over 1.5 passing touchdowns at plus 115. Brissett has thrown at least 2 passing touchdowns in 9 of his last 11. And the Rams secondary has not been very good lately. They've allowed at least 2 passing touchdowns in 4 of their last 5 games. Yes, I know Harrison Jr. is out for this game. I don't really care, to be honest. But the point is, look, the Rams are going to be using a bunch of starters. They're probably going to bury this team. We saw the first meeting of the season, the Rams beat him by about 30. And guess what? Brissett garbage time happened. He threw a couple of touchdowns, and he finished with 2. So I think that plus money is a good deal when the Rams might just coast in the second half. Brissett's been a very good garbage time guy because they can't stop anybody on defense. And the Rams' pass defense is giving up some touchdowns. But Brissett at plus money for 2+ touchdowns where he's had 2+ in 9 of 11, I think it's a great price. Give me Brissett over 1.5 passing touchdowns at plus 115.
Cool. I like it. Yep.
You have any miscellaneous stuff you want to throw in there?
Miscellaneous. I'm on the Trey Lance under 169 passing yards.
Well, he's terrible. So that's
terrible. I think the guys gave out a rushing ladder for him on the prop show. Again, waiting for more lines. Don't hate that, but Denver has every reason to bury this team, to be totally fair. And I just don't think Trey Lance is very good. So that's an easy one for me. And it hasn't been listed yet, but Kirk Cousins under 33.5 longest. Okay. I like this a lot. I'm going to be playing this. This will be on my card. New Orleans' 7th best deep ball defense since week 11. Cousins has hit 0 of his longest completions. None of them over than 27.5 at home this year.
Okay. I would not have guessed that at home.
I wouldn't have guessed that either. So.
Yeah. There you go.
I'm looking to see now. I'm moving. I'm looking at some ladder stuff while you kind of do whatever you need to do.
I'm not really doing anything because we're in bonus bet section time. But I was wondering, out of any of the backup quarterbacks that are now promoted to starters, are there any players that you actually want to support? I know you want to fade Lance. Are there any backups you actually feel decent about? McKee, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, I like the over in that game.
Okay, because for example, we know Brosmer's bad. I will never bet on Brosmer. That's just not. No,
I like the over in that game. Probably maybe look at Darius Cooper. I mean, the reality is like people shouldn't go nuts on finding fringe players.
No, it's week 18. It's at the end of the day, that's why people choose to chase incentives.
Yeah, it's
because in a week where most people don't care, they allegedly care more than others. I mean, that's why people do it. I mean, I made a post about it. I have to list out the quarterbacks again. But the week 18 quarterback landscape is absolutely horrendous. And I just want to read off some of the names. So projected starting quarterbacks this week: Trey Lance, Josh Johnson, Brady Cook, Kenny Pickett, Chris Oladokun, Max Brosmer, Riley Leonard. Have fun. If you want to pick any of those quarterbacks, have fun. But it's a really painful list of guys that are going to be starting. So
yeah, I see Joe talking about McKee's going to cook. He is, but it's also, keep in mind, he's an incredibly good backup, and that the backup quarterback on a team that has Super Bowl aspirations is extremely important. They have talked about that they're going to probably give what's his name? They have not Sam Hartman. Who's the other one that stinks? Eagles.
I forgot who the hell you're.
You know what I'm talking about. It's Sam Howell is going to get some snaps and stuff as well. A lot of these guys, you got to also remember, it's not that there's backup players in, it's that there's backup defense usually on a lot of these. And that's why a lot of these overs are probably better angles than necessarily.
You have teams like the Raiders who are just going to shut down Max Crosby because they're bored and they want a better draft.
I actually like the Raiders randomly to shock the world.
The point that I'm trying to say, though, is a lot of teams are sitting guys with injury because why bother? So keep that in mind. Keep an eye out for defense a bunch of injuries you can keep an eye out for there. But yeah, out of that quarterback list, I didn't even mention McKee on there, but it's ugly. It's really ugly, the quarterbacks that I listed. So keep that in mind. But either way, I got nothing else. You have anything you want to
add? No, I'm just looking to see if there's anybody worth hitting on a ladder. So, I didn't hate Xavier Legette for a ladder.
Okay.
It's just been a bit since he had an exploding game against Carolina.
Well, look, I'm not a Legette guy at all. I don't think he's any good.
I'm not either, but like this Tampa passing defense.
No, their defense is terrible in those usage. We tried Coker a couple weeks ago. He got the base. But I'm not a Legette fan at all. I don't think he's any good.
Tet's number is really low. I mean, Bryce stinks is the thing. I don't know. I gotta look. I can't commit to a ladder without a lot of stuff. I don't want ladders in these games that matter.
I don't know if I want a ladder involving Bryce Young passing yards either, so I might just be looking elsewhere for that because there might just be a ground game. But Tampa, we know, has been really bad against the pass.
They've been bad against all of it, man. They got killed last week.
That's why I thought of maybe like a Dowdle thing, if anything, but I wouldn't be interested.
He's been backed up.
Yeah, I'm not really interested.
You know what I don't hate? Let me see what the odds are on this.
I don't know where you're going with this. Is this a game that matters or a game that doesn't matter?
It's Sunday, so it's a game that doesn't matter.
I thought about fanning on Cleveland against Cincinnati.
I think the Bengals bury that team.
I think they do too, but I think it's perfect for garbage time for fanning to just get a bunch of targets.
So I have an idea. Okay, I don't have a ladder, but I'm going to make an alt parlay for us.
Okay, that works.
Okay,
we're doing a pleaser. We're doing a fake pleaser on the show.
We're gonna do 3 guys, each of them to get 100 yards in a respective category. Okay, you ready?
Okay. All right, let's do it.
First up, Bijan Robinson, 100 rushing yards, plus 157.
Okay. I mean, he's the best running back in the league, so that's fine.
All right. Second, let's go with we just talked about let's go with let me look at this Bengals game. That's another one that's good. Okay, so let's do
By the way, Joe correcting me, Fanning has not practiced all week, so he's probably not going to play.
Fanning is out.
So yeah, my bad.
Let's do do we want a game that I was going to say, do we want Kenny Gainwell? Well, you tell me there's some other guys that kind of click with you. I'm just looking. I know that I wanted that for sure.
Okay.
I'm just looking to see if there's anybody who has a lower number that we might want to smack a little bit. We could take. Oh, okay. Here we go. No, never mind. They're playing the wrong team. They're playing a team.
You know what? Screw it. I'll make a case for it. You want to do something with Dart against the Cowboys defense?
I could do that. Let's do that.
There's not many times you could fade Eberflus anymore because I don't know if he's gonna have a job next year.
All right. So you want to do? Why don't we do Dart over? Let's do Dart 40 rushing yards.
Sure.
Or do you want to do the passing? His passes line is already set at 205.
Yeah, we can do the running. It's fine.
Okay.
Unless you want a touchdown, we can do something.
Actually, yeah, want to just do a touchdown?
Let's do touchdown. Cowboys defense.
All right, cool. So we got a Jackson Dart touchdown in there, and then let's go with. You know what? One last time, Kenny Gainwell.
Okay. He's all reliable on that team.
He is old reliable on the team. Let's do an.
I wasn't sure if you wanted to go for a bolder like Valdez Scantling ladder or something, but
no. I just don't.
I think he's terrible, but Rodgers throws him the ball all the time.
Yeah. Let's do. Okay. So 40 Kenneth Gainwell. Well, that's his rushing, not his receiving. Let's go to his receiving.
Made the same mistake last time.
I know. It worked out. Let's do. Okay. So Kenny Gainwell 40 receiving yards. Okay. So here's what we got. Ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, I'm gonna take this off, take that off, take that off, take that off. Okay. They do not all have lines yet, but this is the parlay we're gonna put in. I don't know why Trey Lance is on here. I wanted Bijan on here. Sorry about that. 1 second. Bijan. Bijan.
Well, that would be the latter guy, by the way. It would be some Saints pass catcher because Vele and Olave are both out. I mean, that would be your pivot at that point.
Probably
Jawan for tight ends.
Jawan for tight end, maybe. I don't know.
Like,
I'm not worried about it. Maybe Jawan. But all right. So Jackson Dart touchdown. Which is I'm seeing plus 165. Wow, that's low. Kenny Gainwell, 40 receiving yards, plus 174.
Okay.
Bijan Robinson, 100 rushing yards, plus 157. So it's gonna be about 8-1, probably.
For a 3-pick, that's gonna be more than that. We have some plus money stuff in there. That's probably like 14, 15-1.
Let me do it. Parlay calculator with those odds. I think it's about 9-1.
It's got to be more than that. You threw in two.
Yeah, well, do you have a calculator in front of you? We can just try it.
Yeah, sure. What are the numbers again?
We got
just the prices.
Plus 157.
157.
165.
165.
176.
176. 17-1.
Oh, nice. Oh, yeah.
That's 17 or 18-1.
Okay, cool. So I was way.
I thought I undersold it. I thought it was like 15.
I thought I way undersold.
Yeah, plus 1780.
Okay, so we have a D-Gen show play.
Yeah,
that is going to be
D-Gen show parlay. There we go.
There it is. Cool, guys. All right. Do you need me to read all my plays back?
I got to do the read first.
Do the ad read.
So,
okay,
cool. It's all good. Before we get into our best bets, a reminder they're brought to you by our sponsor, which is Novig. Mentioned them before on the show for the Baker and Reception. But a reminder, if you want to check out Novig, #1 rated prediction market for sports in America, get some great prices, reduced juice. So make sure you check out Novig, shop around. Definitely think you'll like the prices they have for you. Download the app, get $50 when you spend just $5 if user code SGPN. And actually Novig, promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by Rhythm. They've been great this NFL season, especially on props. Check them out for college basketball with the models they have. You can build your own model, copy one from the leaderboard, or use the house models. So if you want to experiment with actual models in sports betting, recommend Rhythm is a good introduction to that type of betting. But for the upcoming Week 18, looking at some of the props they like for this game, they like Chris Olajuwon. They like his over 137.5 passing yards at minus 114. So if you want to fade a Raiders defense without Max Crosby, there you go. Chris Olajuwon, over 137.5 passing yards at minus 114. If you want to check out Rhythm, though, check out the platform with our discount code. Use the code SGPN25 when you download the app. You'll get a nice 25% off your first month. That's once again Rhythm, RITHMM, promo code SGPN25 for 25% off your first month. Welcome back, everyone, to the Propcast. Finish going through our 3 favorite plays each for Week 18. Time to move on into our best bets. Adam, what is your favorite play out of the 3 you gave out?
Cook it, Brock Purdy, over 243 passing yards.
Okay, my best bet's going to be Mayfield interception. I think that whether the Buccaneers win or lose this game, it will be ugly. And I do think the Buccaneers offense has been imploding. Mayfield's clearly hurt. He's thrown a bunch of picks lately. 125, great price. I'll take that as my best bet for the show. Moving on to Underdog. What do you want to do?
Let's see if we can get any of these things that we've already liked a lot and just put it into an Underdog play.
Yep.
Okay. We both like that Baker pick.
We do.
So let's do that.
So that's going to be 1.
Okay.
I mean, did you want to join our plays and do Brock rushing and passing?
Sure. I can
join the forces together.
Yeah, I can do that.
Cool. So that'll be our second option.
Cool. It's higher 263.5. Want to do actually fantasy points then for him?
Sure. Why not? That's fun.
Let's do that. And then you kind of named it, but you want to do. Oh, it doesn't have it.
I don't know where you're going with this. What were you going to say?
Targets for Juwan Johnson.
Oh. Do they have anything for Johnson?
They have his TD.
Do they have longest? Or they only have TD?
Nah, I don't love it that much.
Then we'll skip it. It's fine.
Let's look at Lance.
All right. That works. Unless you want to do the Rhythm Olajuwon play.
Yeah, why not?
Olajuwon. 137.5.
Cool.
There you go.
All right. Let's do this. Baker Mayfield higher 0.5 interceptions thrown. Brock Purdy higher 17 0.95 fantasy points. We will have no idea if this hits. You guys will have to
we'll
tell
find
us.
out after.
Chris Oladukin, higher, 139 passing yards. This is what the number we got here.
Okay.
I'm going to do a 40% profit boost for us. $50 allegedly wins us 328, but for most people, it'll be a 496x payout.
There you go. Cool. Anyway, before we officially end the show, Adam, can you now recap your 3 plays that you gave out before?
Yeah, let me just send this to you, and then I can do it. Scotty.
Yep.
There it is. I just sent it to you. All right. My 3 plays are Drake May under 247 passing yards, Brock Purdy over 243 passing yards, Lamar Jackson over 20.5 rushing yards.
And my 3 plays, Brock Purdy, longest rush over, 8.5 yards, -110. Baker Mayfield interception, -125. And Jacoby Brissett over 1.5 passing touchdowns at +115. That's going to wrap it up for the regular season for the NFL. Once again, hopefully you enjoyed and made a lot of money with us. We'll be back for the postseason. Bonus episode next week for the futures component. We're not sure what day and all, but we'll have an episode for the futures and for, of course, the wild card weekend games. So keep an eye out for that. Either way, though, Adam, anything else you want to add?
No, someone remind me to put in this Dart Gainwell Bijan play. Remind me on Friday. Remind me tomorrow.
Cool. There we go. Till next time, you can find me on Twitter, Reichel Radio. Find him on Twitter at Hey Rosenberg. Find the Propcast on Twitter at the Propcast SGPN. And a reminder, you can find the Propcast on YouTube. Find it on Spotify or Apple. Till next time, good luck to all of you and all